Welcome back to Sailing El Jaleo! This week, as we make our way north, we set a personal water speed record as we travel through the always frisky Elliott Cut. We make our way across Charleston Bay unscathed, and just north of Charleston, we enter one of the shallowest parts of the ICW, and we get there right at one of the lowest tides of the month, where we promptly run aground. Alright, we might as well go ahead and get right into it. Grab a drink, climb aboard, and let's get going. After spending a couple of days in one location dealing with our headsail debacle, we were chomping at the bit to get ready to go. We wanted to take advantage of a little bit of tide to make our way up the South Edisto River. From there we had to go through the Watts Cut into the North Edisto River. We made it all the way through the cut by the time the tides had reversed, and that's when we hit the brakes. When we got into the North Edisto River, there was one corner where we were going about 0.7 knots because the current was ripping so strongly through there. It was very frustrating. I think it took about an hour and 45 minutes to make it around one corner. That is truly life in the slow lane. But we made it to our anchorage without too much of a problem, and we anchored for the night. Hey y'all, it's been a little bit since I sent you an update, but we are at our anchorage for the evening. And this is a nice place. We are in South Carolina, about 10 miles south of Charleston. So we're going to pass through Charleston Bay tomorrow. A couple other boats here. There's actually, I think you can see 3 of them, but there's a 4th one tucked back in there too. Apparently at night this place gets pretty busy. It's a pretty popular anchorage, so that's all right. But yeah, we hope to make it through Charleston tomorrow. The wind's supposed to be relatively calm. I hate Charleston Bay, or the harbor, I guess. When I came through the first time, it was really rough, and it wasn't very pleasant. So hopefully tomorrow we can get a little better weather. So, and today was kind of a long slog. We had to come up the river here against the current, which really stinks. At one point I was going less than 1 knot, which is really frustrating. If you can imagine observing the world at 1 mile per hour, it's not very thrilling. But anyway, still better than being at work, I guess. But tomorrow the current should be with us all the way through Charleston, or the tide will be with us all the way through Charleston Harbor, so that's a good thing. And we're anchoring just shortly beyond it. So, all right, hope y'all are well. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. What do you think, fish? The next morning, we got underway and set our sights on Charleston, South Carolina. In order to make it to Charleston, you have to go through the Elliott Cut, which connects the Stono River to Charleston Harbor, and it's a small man-made canal, and the current absolutely rips through there. The first time I came through, I had no idea that that was there. I mean, I knew it was a cut, but I didn't know the current would be that bad, and I was actually going against the current, which was fine. It just took an hour to get through the little canal because I was crawling, but this time I went through it with the current, and we actually hit a personal water speed record. We actually reached 8.1 knots going through the cut. You can tell by the video it speeds up quite a bit, and that was kind of our warp speed for the whole trip. As we entered Charleston Harbor, the winds were very calm, but they were projected to pick up at any minute, so we wanted to get across as quickly as possible. It was quite funny when we entered Charleston Harbor. There was a small boat that appeared to be having engine trouble, and it had 2 young ladies with 2 of the smallest bikinis on I've ever seen. And wouldn't you know it, there were 4 Coast Guard guys there, more than willing to help. That stuff is so funny. I just chuckled. It was amusing. To be unburdened by romance is a wonderful thing. But anyway, as we made our way across the Charleston Harbor, the wind did kick up a little bit, and it got a little choppy, but not too bad. We made it through with no problems. Just north of Charleston Harbor are two bridges. One is the Ben Sawyer Memorial Bridge, that's a swing bridge, and the other is the Isle of Palms Bridge, that's a fixed bridge that you go under. And between those two bridges, it is notoriously shallow. There are lots of inlets through there. There's a lot of shoaling that regularly takes place. And we happened to be getting there about a half an hour before low tide. And this was one of the lowest tides of the lunar cycle. We were about a half a foot below the average low tide. And it didn't take a crystal ball to figure out what happened next. Hey y'all. We are in South Carolina. That's the Breach Inlet right there. And we have run aground. But hey, we're not the only one that did. So you can't put it all on me, right? This stretch of the ICW Charleston is just right back there. This is just north of Charleston. And this section is notorious for being very, very shallow. With all the inlets, there's a lot of shoaling in here. And today's tide is especially low. It's 0.74 feet below the normal or the average low. So it's a really low tide. And we got caught. But the tide is, we got here pretty close to low tide. The tide was still going out slightly. But now it's turned and it's coming back in. So hopefully in about an hour we'll be able to get out of here. Makes the day a little bit longer, but that's okay. Hope y'all are well. And now there are three of us that are stuck. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered which side I went on, I would have got stuck. Either way. Well, it looks like you just got free. You might be able to make her through there now. The tide is coming in. Oh no, he is stuck. Yep, so I think this is just, we got stuck here no matter what. After about an hour, the tide came in enough and we were able to get free. All three of us got unstuck within a couple of minutes of each other, which was awesome. And we made it up the creek 4 or 5 miles, and we anchored for the evening in Dewees Creek.
You'll never guess the places that I've been. You never guess the places that I've been. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. I'm never gonna let the day begin. Never gonna let the day begin. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, and I'll just make this bed my home. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Above, 'cause everything looks better from above. Nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, 'cause I can't face this day alone.
And that's all we have time for this week. I would love to give a massive shout out to my Patreon crew. Without your guys' support, I would not make these videos. And my Patreon crew is Joan and Juddy Judnick, Val and Chris Alcorn, Denise and Eli Sackett, Joan and Jim Linbo, Sherry Erickson, Deb Shaw, and Matthew Spotten. Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate your support. If you are interested in joining our Patreon crew, there is a link in the description down below, and that'll take you to our Patreon page where you can sign up. And with it, you'll get a bunch of bonus content, photos, video updates, live, to let you know where I am, what's going on, real time. And you would also help support the channel, which would be awesome. And if you do like our videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps us out as well. Alrighty, I hope you all are doing well, and we'll see you next week.